Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Carlo Ancelotti emerges as a candidate for the Man United job after being recommended by Sir Alex Ferguson. Real Madrid are more than happy with Carlo Ancelotti and they have no plans to part ways with Ancelotti. Carlo Ancelotti is regarded as one of the greatest and most successful manager in the world. Carlo Ancelotti is in his second spell at Real Madrid. He's under contract with Real Madrid until 2024. He's managed in the Premier League before, because before he managed Everton and he's managed Chelsea before. In general, he's managed a lot of clubs in his managerial career. So would you like to see Carlo Ancelotti become Manchester United's next permanent manager? Ancelotti's won a lot of trophies in his managerial career. He also won a lot of trophies as a player. Mauricio Pochettino is the favourite to become Manchester United's next manager. Manchester United recently held talks with Pochettino. Reports from Spain said the other week that Pochettino rejected Manchester United as he's waiting for Real Madrid. Obviously, Real Madrid want Mauricio Pochettino to replace Carlo Ancelotti. Pochettino is expected to leave PSG at the end of the season. Pochettino's been the PSG manager for over a year. He has won a French Cup with PSG. Erik ten Hag, he's been relentlessly linked with the managerial role at Manchester United. Luis Enrique has been mentioned as well. Manchester United are looking for the fifth permanent manager since Ferguson. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson, even though Man United are not really known as a sacking football club. Manchester United sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Not so long ago, Manchester United director John Murtough confirmed that Manchester United have begun their search for a new permanent manager. Ralf Rangnick has been ruled out becoming Manchester United's next permanent boss. Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for around 3 months. He's Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Rangnick's nearly managed 20 games in all competitions as Manchester United's interim manager. I said I've got a lot of respect for Rangnick. I think he's a very good coach. The vast majority of German coaches are very good. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Not so long ago, Rangnick was with Paul Mitchell. Paul Mitchell is at Monaco. Earlier on this season, Rangnick recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. And Rangnick's tried a few different formations at Man United. He started off with the 4-2-2 formation, then he went to the 4-3-3 formation, and a lot recently he's gone with that 4-2-3-1 formation. Rangnick's endured one transfer window as Manchester United's interim manager. Unfortunately, didn't get backed in the January transfer window. Man United had a poor January transfer window because Man United didn't make any signings. Lingard and Henderson should have left, but we blocked their exits, and we had the incident with Mason Greenwood towards the end of January. But on the other side of things, Man United loaned players out back in January. We loaned Van der Beek out to Everton, we loaned Martial out to Sevilla, we loaned Amad Diallo out to Rangers, we loaned Ethan Laird out, we loaned Axel Tuanzebe out, and Tiedemann Mengi went out on loan to Birmingham. In the summer, I'm expecting Manchester United to make signings. Manchester United are on the hunt for a new striker. As you all know, Manchester United want Victor Osimhen. We've been in for Paulinho as well. We'll also try to sign a midfielder in the summer because when Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. I'm expecting a lot of players to depart the club in the summer. I heard up to 11 players could be leaving Man United in the summer. Man United are looking to raise funds. So in the summer, I reckon Cavani will leave. Lingard will leave. There's a good chance Ronaldo will leave, especially if Manchester United fail to finish in the top 4. As you all know, Rangnick wants to replace Ronaldo with Osimhen. Rangnick has doubts about Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo's out of form at the moment. He's only scored 1 goal in his last 10 games. Van der Beek and Martial, I'm expecting them to leave in the summer. Matic will leave in the summer. There's a good chance Pogba will leave in the summer. Jones and Baye will leave because they don't really get in the team. Man United could look to sell Harry Maguire and Wan-Bissaka in the summer. And I'm expecting Dean Henderson to leave because Dean Henderson doesn't really get in goal. Because revert back to last summer, De Gea reclaimed that number 1 spot back. Henderson's only made 3 appearances this season. Earlier on this season, he got arrested for abusing his girlfriend. So there you go. We've got to get the Glazers out of the club because they've been one of the biggest issues at Man United for a long time. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 16.5 years now. The Glazers bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. Revert back towards the end of last season, Manchester United fans protested against the Glazers at the Carrington training ground and at Old Trafford because the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League, but in the end the Glazers apologised. It was good news from a Man United perspective that Ed Woodward stepped down earlier on this year because Woodward was one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Ed Woodward was at Manchester United for 17 years. Beginning of last month, Richard Arnold replaced Ed Woodward as the new chief executive. In the last 10 years, Manchester United have only won 4 trophies. And in the last 10 years, Manchester United have spent over 1.3 billion. And we've brought over 40 players in since Ferguson retired. You know, Moyes brought 2 players in. Van Gaal brought around 15-16 players in. Mourinho recommended 11 players into the club. And when Solskjaer was Man United manager, he recommended 14 players in. There's still 2 players here from the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Let me put into the equation, none of this squad is Rangnick's. You know, Rangnick is inheriting players who other managers have brought in. You know, Manchester United have not been the same team since Ferguson retired, and a lot of United fans predicted it was all going to go wrong when Ferguson retired, which it has done. You know, no one will replicate what Ferguson did. Ferguson, greatest manager of all time. Ferguson brought success to Manchester United. He won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Alex Ferguson was at Manchester United for 26 years, so reflecting on that, he was a long-serving manager. Ferguson retired almost 10 years ago. Like I updated you on my last video, Manchester United paid out 10 million in compensation to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his coaching staff after getting sacked in November. As you all know, Solskjaer's final game in charge was the 4-1 defeat to Watford. When Solskjaer officially got sacked, he gave a farewell interview, and he got emotional in that farewell interview, which of course was understandable because Solskjaer's a legend of the club and he always will be a legend of the club, and he was part of the club for a long time. Like I said, he was Man United manager for almost 3 years. There'll be more videos coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to be giving you my predicted 11 for Manchester United's game against Manchester City. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless you all again very soon.